What's going on, people? TroopzTV back again. Back our blood clot again, you understand? Obviously, FA Cup is back in our lives, blood. You understand? We are the all-time winners of the FA Cup. 14 of them, you get me? Unfortunately, we haven't won one since 2020. And that actually was the last trophy we have won, period. You get me? Now, we have a difficult game against Liverpool. Obviously, we recently went to Anfield, and if it wasn't for a certain crybaby, we could have came out of there with maybe 3 points, blood. But we came out with one, which was it was good enough. It's a Liverpool away. I'll always take a point. At Emirates, it's a bit different. You get me? I expect to win. You understand? I don't want no draws because I thought it was like the League Cup where if it's a draw after full time, it goes to penalties. Unfortunately, we still have replays in the FA Cup. So if it was to end in a draw, back to Anfield we go, and then we are probably going in a fat spliff, blood. You get me? Even if Salah isn't there, that little fucking pussy old Jota is back again, blood. You get me? And you know he loves a goal against Arsenal. You understand? So the only person I could really bring on, blood, you understand, is a member of the Back Again podcast. You understand? Our Liverpool representative. You get me? All the way from Jordan. You understand? This is pre-recording, and I was the one that was actually late. You get me? Husam wasn't riding camels today. Pause. And I wasn't making jerk chicken. I was actually trying to edit Word in the Corner, which is already out now because this is dropping on Saturday. So big up everybody that's watched Word in the Corner. But big up my brother every time as well, blood. Husam, Mr. This is Football. Make sure you subscribe to his thing. Link in the description as well, as always. Broski, what you telling me?
Big up, first of all, the TroopzTV community, because last time when we done one of these pre-records, about 50 to 100 people subscribed to my channel as well. I see them in the live chats and stuff. So big up to the people that are always supporting, always showing love. Even on the Back Again podcast, when we've been doing lives recently, it's been absolutely mental. So big up to you guys for your support. Most importantly, subscribe to TroopzTV. Hit the like button on this video as well. Hit the notification bell so you can stop asking us when's the Back Again podcast notification bell. Now you know when the Back Again podcast is. So hit the notification bell, like the video, all that good stuff. And listen, yeah, we're here. In less probably than 10 days, I think it is, we're gonna play again in the FA Cup. And I just want to say one thing before we even get to the preview. That thing that you just said, I remember when we filmed Back Again like 5-6 days ago, and we were talking about the FA Cup. A couple of us predicted like penalty wins and stuff, and now that won't even happen because of the replay thing. And I just want to say, like, you know, sometimes they call Klopp like moaning, and he moans a lot and he doesn't stop moaning and blah blah blah. But this whole fixture congestion thing is just idiotic. And then on top of that, it's a replay. Well, there is no need for a replay. Just go to penalty shootout and listen. Whoever wins goes through. That's it. I just feel like, you know, right now with the Nations League, with the Afcon, with the Asian Cup, with the Euros, with the Copa America, so much international football that these players have went through, and now you're giving them as well an extra game if a draw happens. So yeah, I really don't like that. I wish it was more like the Carabao Cup, where it's just like, okay, we just go to pens if it ends in a draw type thing. But yeah, big up to you for having me. We're here, another preview, and things are looking different now because last preview you were top of the league and we were chasing. Now we're top of the league and you're chasing after West Ham and Fulham. You get me? So yeah, we're here.
How you feeling going into this game? No Salah, no Endo. You could say that they've been your two best players over recent weeks. Endo's actually starting to do his thing, blood. You understand? He's got a little bite in him. You get me? People will say that he had a better game than Rice at Anfield. I beg to differ, but we agree to disagree. You get me? But they will be two big misses for you, blood.
Look, first of all, with Endo, you know, I'm not his biggest fan. You know this because you've been working with me for the last like year.
Team McAllister, blood, but he's back again, the little shit.
Yeah, I told you about McAllister. But with Endo, he will be a big miss because he has stepped up. At Anfield against Arsenal, he was the best midfielder on the pitch. Sometimes it's not about name, it's about what's expected of you, what you do, what you deliver. And I thought defensively, and even on the ball, he had so many good moments in that game. I thought he played really well. I didn't necessarily think Rice had a bad game like people were making out, but still Endo for me was probably the better midfielder on the pitch. But Endo, I think we can survive without him because McAllister is back. And I've been telling people, big up Ray, who's a fraud. Now he's appearing on my live chats going like, McAllister, my baller.
Yeah, he tried to pull up on flipping back again on with Bear. Hey, this wild man. Big up Ray though.
Like, McAllister, my baller. I'm like, no, that's a lie, Ray. Because at the start of the season, you were criticizing him. I told people, look, fundamentally sound football players will always make it through. They will always pull through a bad run of form because McAllister can do everything on the pitch. He can pass, he can shoot, he can create, he can do anything you want him to do. So he might not necessarily have a specialist trait, but he's a generalist. And when it comes to Mo Salah, look, I don't think it's some form of me being biased if I say he's been the best player in the league this season. And the numbers speak for themselves. He has the most
he's
goals.
Been better than Rice? Like
yes.
The impact Rice has made and the change he's made to Arsenal, the late goal against United, the late goal against Luton, the fantastic Champions League performances in his first year, the price tag. You still think that Salah's been? I mean, obviously G&A, he's clear, and he would be. You get me? It's Mo fucking Salah, but on actual performances, like week in week out, you think that Salah's been the best?
Yes, I think I'm saying this based on performances, and before I even get to the numbers, he's responsible for 51% of Liverpool's goals. That's actual insanity when you think about it. Like every 2 goals we score, he either scores 1 or assists 1, which is a massive like, whoa, Mo Salah's playing next level stuff. And also it's a bad look on the rest of our forwards, because me and you have had this discussion before regarding the rest of our forwards. But currently, as things stand, most goals in the league, Mo Salah, most assists in the league, Mo Salah, and most big chances created in the league is also Mo Salah. So he's creating so many
level
chances.
With Haaland for goals.
Yeah, he is.
Top,
yeah. With big chances created, how many times have you asked me on the back again, like, Nunes missing chances, Jota missing chances, Gakpo missing chances, Diaz missing chances. All of these chances were created by him. So he's the focal point. I think he'll be the big miss. And this January will be a massive test for us. Because dependent on how far Egypt go is... First of all, I'll tell you, as someone from the Asian continent, Japan are going far. There's no need for us to be edgy. Japan probably minimum are going to get to semis. So let's just put that out the way. With Egypt in Afcon, they have a good history in that competition.
Yeah. Haven't they won the most? Because one of my brothers...
Yeah, they won the most Afcon.
Yeah, one of my boys is Egyptian blood. Big up Kun. We call him Kun because he looks like Aguero. But he's Egyptian blood. Like I remember when I used to watch Afcon like 2008 times when they had like Zaki and them, man. They had Zidane. Like they was they had that. What's his name? El Shawari. No, not El Shawari. El Mohammadi.
El Mohammadi, yeah.
And then they had that
and
keeper.
He was like in midfield.
Yeah, they had that keeper. He was like blood. He'd move sick. He was like the fucking Mexico keeper at tournaments. Yeah. He just turns into a madman.
El Hadari, that guy right there.
Yeah, El Hadari. That was it. El Hadari.
El Hadari. Yeah. Listen, those same...
Even Mido and Zaki and them, man, blood. They were on.
Bro, that team was cold. That's it. That team. Those same African players that played in the Premier League that we all like glorify, like Yaya Toure and someone.
They got put in spliffs, blood. I swear Egypt beat them 4-1.
Yeah, they did. They beat Cote d'Ivoire 4-1.
Yeah,
Drogba, Yaya Toure, Kolo Toure, all.
Yeah, Drogba, all them, man.
Yeah. So they have a good history in the competition, but on paper, the problem is Afcon is one of those competitions that isn't really played on paper. But still, on paper, I'd say Algeria are stronger, Morocco are stronger, and you could probably name maybe 1 or 2 teams that are probably more qualified to win it right now than Egypt. So it depends really how far they go. But in a knockout competition sense, in Afcon, anything can happen. Last time Egypt almost scammed their way to winning an Afcon via penalties. They did not deserve to be in that final, let's be real. The only good game I remember they played was against Morocco, when in extra time they came back from 1-0 down. Salah scored 1, assisted 1, and they beat Morocco. Other than that, they just went penalties and then penalties and then penalties. So, it depends how far they go. But that's the massive test, because in that month of January, we've got Bournemouth. I think we deal with Bournemouth because I trust Jota. The other 3, you already know my opinion. I don't trust them because they haven't earned my trust this season. But Jota, I trust. with Chelsea at home, that always is a spicy fixture. Liverpool, Chelsea will never ever be like, oh my god, it's an easy game just because they're Chelsea and they're in 10th. It's never like that.
I mean, look, last year, piss poor Chelsea came to your ground and got a draw, blood.
Yeah, 100%. And not just last year. We've drawn the last 8-9 games against Chelsea.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of draw voodoo there is with that Liverpool-Chelsea game, but I think, it's a possibility it ends in a draw. And then after that, Emirates again. That's where, like, when we're talking about Arsenal, like, with all due respect, Burnley at home, Bournemouth, I think we have what it takes to deal with them. But Chelsea worry me, and Arsenal at a bigger degree in the Premier League in the Emirates, February 4th. So that one, it depends how far Egypt goes as well. So that's what I'm saying. But I think Salah's going to be a massive miss. When someone's responsible for 51% of your goals, like, that's just not normal, to be honest with you. So he's more responsible than any other player in the whole Premier League with all the talent we have, which is insane. So yeah, he'll be a big miss.
Would you rather win tomorrow or the Premier League game?
Premier League game. All pressure's on Arsenal this Sunday.
It's pressure on Arteta.
Yes.
If Arteta loses this game, is the pressure is the pressure on? Because if you lose this, we're out of another cup. It's the Premier League or the Champions League, and they're not looking very realistic, blood. Is his job under threat, in your opinion, if we lose on Sunday? So let's say, for example, all right, let me. So if we lose, if we lost on Sunday, and then we lost to Porto in the Champions League,
he should be sacked the next day if you lose to Porto. The reason why I'm saying all pressure is on Arsenal, Troops knows when I'm trolling, when I'm being serious. I'm actually being dead serious. Because Liverpool are in a Carabao Cup semi, and we're in the Europa League that we're more than likely going to be winning. That's 2 trophies that Liverpool, like, okay, if we lose this Sunday against Arsenal away at the Emirates, we're going to go like, oh my God, club out. I'm done with this club. I'm not going to be doing any of this because we're in the other domestic cup. We're in the semi-finals, and the European competition, we have a massive chance of winning. And currently we're top of the league. So if Liverpool loses, it really has way less like impact on it than if Arsenal loses. The reason why if Arsenal lost, you just touched on it right there. With Champions League, Premier League, like, with all due respect, of course, Premier League still the favorite is Man City because of who they are. And that's why Manchester City are the super villain, because they're a little bit behind us and they're signing Joshua Kimmich, fucking taking the piss. Hate that shit plastic fake club. Now with the Champions League, that shit fake plastic club and the Heritage Club in Real Madrid are, in my opinion, are the 2 favorites. But below that, I think you have the chance to beat everyone else. Now, if you go out to Porto, that is an embarrassment. Like, let's just say it as this. That's just not acceptable, in my opinion, because Porto ain't even top of the Portuguese league. It's Sporting who's top right now. So, like, it'll be an embarrassment. And I think Arsenal need a trophy right now. All this talk about process. You glorify a process by winning a trophy. The end result of all processes is victory. If you never achieve victory, there is no point of a process that keeps repeating, and you do not do this. If your captain at the end of the season is not lifting some sort of trophy, then all this process shit means nothing. Then you've just wasted 3 years of your life, 4 years of your life, essentially just building a squad. But has it amassed to anything? No. And I know you're an Arsenal fan, you hate that club, but it's low-key like Spurs under Poch. Like, okay, you keep building, but do you actually win something? And if the answer is no, then your process has gone to nothing. That's the point. So that's why for me, this pressure is on Arsenal, and you 100% are right. It's not even more on Arteta than even Arsenal as a club. It's more on him as the manager to win this game. And the positive scenario is if he does knock Liverpool out, he's knocking one of the teams that has the capability of beating Arsenal. So, like, it's literally just you and City.
You're taking out a threat.
Yeah, it's just you and City left in the competition. So Arsenal have to win. For us, if we lose, I literally just move on the next day because I have a semi-final like 3 days later against Fulham. So, yeah.
If we did a combined 11 now, how many Arsenal players get into the team? When we did it last time, you didn't even have no one in the midfield, blood. Now
I do. Now I could argue 2 based on form. Never mind 1.
So what? Alisson in goal.
Yes. Trent right back.
Trent right back. Saliba, Van Dijk.
Yeah, that doesn't change. Left back now. Tsimikas is out.
Zinchenko's out.
What? Even Zinchenko's out.
He's nursing an injury. He might be out. I'm not sure. I need to check.
Tomiyasu's gone to the Asian.
Tomiyasu's gone to Asia Cup.
Robertson is out. So who do we put? Gomez?
He's been playing left back now, and he's done all right. I can't lie.
Yeah, he's done all right. Like 3 games.
Yeah, he's done
You
all
can
right.
put Gomez.
So
Yeah.
Gomez, what midfield? Rice.
Rice is still in there 100%.
Rice is the
Endo's
only-
gone Asian games, so I
Yeah.
can't say him. Our best midfielder is back. Alexis McAllister, second best, because Thiago, like he's always injured anyway. So it's just like McAllister, I think has to be in there. Did you see that pass in that Newcastle game?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
see
yeah.
that? Like, see that? You see people who have taste when they watch football. They know who's the real ballers and who isn't. And once again, Liverpool fans, I remember last time they got onto me. He didn't even argue for Szoboszlai in the last combined 11. And then two games later, they're like, "Oh, Husam, you were right. Szoboszlai don't deserve it." Oh, thank you. I don't think Szoboszlai deserves to be in the team. But I'll be honest, I don't think Odegaard deserves to be in it either. That's the problem.
Do you know what? In this poor form, Odegaard's the one that's been like, he's kept going. That's the one thing I'll say to him. Like the West Ham game, he kept going. The Fulham game, he kept going, but the end product just wasn't there. He wasn't like hiding. You get me? Like,
you know who's a player I'll
think-
vouch for that you've actually been
What?
linked with, that I'm not even a fan of him? Curtis Jones. Low-key, he's been balling out lately. He has been balling out.
So what?
You've seen it with your very own eyes.
Rice, McAllister, and Jones.
Thing is, like last time, I argued for all Arsenal midfielders, but in the last 3 games, it seems like it's a completely different thing. Like,
Yeah, Havertz can't get in there. Odegaard,
Yeah.
Jones gets in over Odegaard right now.
yeah, I think that's fair right now. Probably Jones and McAllister.
Then what? The front line,
Right, there's no Salah, so obviously it's Saka.
Saka.
The only 2 shoo-ins are Saka and Jota, to be honest with you. After that, you can it's just peak. Like,
Yeah.
it's just
Do you know
like,
what? Do you know what? He'd probably have to go Darwin. I'm not gonna lie. It'd probably have to be Saka, Darwin, and Jota. So how many players have I got in? Because Alisson's in there. So I've got Saliba, Rice,
and the left,
and Saka.
on the left,
Nope,
like,
that's
3.
it. Saliba, Rice, and Saka. I got 3 from having 6 to 3.
Yeah,
You see the drop in 2 games, blood. In 2 games, because it's been 2 games since I played you, blood. I've played West Ham and I've played Fulham, and my whole is gone. It's all gone.
you know, against Fulham, the one thing I told you on the podcast, despite I'm actually not cooking Arsenal this much this season because I recognize there is a bigger evil I'm trying to fucking beat.
Yeah.
That Fulham game, the one thing as Arsenal fans you need to be worried about is it wasn't even a thing where like Fulham smash and grab. Fulham actually created the dangerous chances as well in that game.
They smoked.
That's
man.
the worrying part. Like
Like,
Jimenez, the Pereira free
Yeah,
kick,
the only
the
thing we
Kearney
did,
shot.
the only thing we did was score in the 3rd minute. That's it. From then,
Yeah.
it was all Fulham.
And there's a reason why I defended Saka in that game because I felt like the other 2 were just way worse. Like Saka, at least the one thing I'll give Saka is, you know, remember with Odegaard, you just said he keeps going. With Saka, he gets the ball, he tries to do something. Like
No, but
he
he tries
tries
to do the same thing, blood. Try
No, I
something
hear
new,
you.
blood. Get to the byline. Like, do something new. Take on your man. You're just here trying to pass on the baton. This ain't the relay, bro. When you pass, you understand? This ain't running, bro. This ain't relay. This ain't the 4x4. You understand? Like, this ain't the 4x1. What's you mean? Do something, bro.
You think your forward line is going through a systematic problem or it's individuals not stepping up?
When I saw some clip here on Twitter, and it's like we have the option to go forward. We have an option to make a pass, and then we'll go for like it's like we're trying to retain possession. We're trying to turn into this possession-based side when there's like people actually like we'll have the ball in the midfield, like we'll like all right, Rice will receive it on the half turn off Gabriel or Saliba, yeah, and then Odegaard will straight away come towards him, pause, yeah, and then give him an option, and then Rice can play the ball forward, but because the way we're playing, he'll go to the side. He'll pass to fucking Ben White, or he'll pass to fucking Zinchenko, or he'll pass back to fucking Saliba. They won't go forward. Like there's times when Ben White has it on the right hand side, he can ping it. You understand? There's times when Saka has it. He's coming. He's like instead of going towards goal, he's going towards our fucking goal. You understand? So it's like Arteta's changed the whole style of play, and it's not working. I don't know why. There's a saying: you don't fix nothing if it's not broken, you don't fix it. The man trying to fix things and nothing's wrong with it. Do you understand? Like at set pieces, we were solid as a rock last year. Solid as a rock. You put David Raya in there, these men are flapping like seagulls. And there was no need to do it.
That whole like forward line situation for you this season, I think I know. Hello, camera, you fraud. Anyway, with Martinelli, I know you're a fan of him. MDL, 2 goals in 18 is mad. Like it's not even a banter thing. It's like a genuine thing. Like that's levels. Like that's literally below Nketiah levels. That's just the problem. And I think with Arsenal right now, the fucked up part is I just touched on the whole super villain thing. They're trying to sign Joshua Kimmich. Your club's not being serious at all in the window if they're not going to sign a striker. By the way, even if Brentford don't sign Tony, I think Arsenal need to sign a forward regardless. It doesn't matter whether Tony is available or not. Go get someone. And you know what it is? Even if it's a robot who can just score goals, even if he's not that talented but can just put the ball in the back of the net and give you some sort of focal point, is what you need. Also, I feel like Arteta's a little bit to blame because I heard this actually said somewhere else. I forgot where, but credit to him. He said the only person that's actually beaten Pep to a Premier League title and actually is contending with Pep consistently is the guy with his own philosophy in football. Because you can never beat Pep at Pep ball. Like you can never do Pep ball better than Pep does his own football. So you're just sat there going like, maybe Arsenal need an element of chaos. Like you see how in Liverpool games,
Like
sometimes
last year,
yeah.
the way we had it last year, that's how we can compete with them. We can't compete with them like
chaotic, a little bit more chaotic. That's the thing. I feel like it's too systematic. You just spoke on it. The biggest problem Arsenal have right now is they're trying to pass the ball in the net. They want to have 37 passes, and then the last one is like a tap in into the back of the net. But that's not
why
how
I
it works.
always liken this team to the Fabregas team. They wanted to walk the ball in the net. Fucking Nasri, all them ban. Van Persie. The only one that would shoot is Van Persie. They'd all want to Haleb, Rosicki, every single one of them, blood. They'd want to always walk it in the back of the net. There's times where we can shoot these man, ping, ping, edge of the box, ping, ping, ping. I'm like, fucking shoot, bro. Fucking do something, blood. You just fucking
if you had
ping,
Van
ping,
Persie
ping.
in this team, you win the league. Just him alone, which shows you that, see, this is the stuff like, as football fans, and this is where you have to question your manager. As a football fan who's not even an Arsenal fan, and myself, just having watched enough Arsenal games, I can tell Arsenal need a forward line player. If Arteta can tell it, then I don't know what he's doing as the Arsenal manager. I'll be honest with you. That's all. And that's just me being honest. And I will reiterate: if you call Brentford and Tony doesn't want to come, so what? He's not the last striker in the world. Go get someone who just puts the ball in the back of the net, because I feel like that's really what Arsenal need right now. They're just missing that right there. They need someone who can shoot, as you just said, like just shoot. Like they need an element of chaos. They need someone to just create space for others, just be in there, you know, kind of grabbing center backs away and stuff. That's what they need right now. And Nketiah definitely doesn't do that. Jesus does that, but then we'll miss the chance, you know. So that's the issue you currently have, in my opinion.
Prediction before I let you go.
I'll be honest with you. I have made more accurate predictions probably about my team than all the other teams. And this game right here, it feels like it's gonna be a draw, and we get a replay because it's the last thing both teams need. So that's exactly what's gonna happen, type thing. I feel like just because your team don't need a draw and my team don't need a draw, we're gonna get a draw, type thing. So I just feel like maybe it ends 1-1 or 2-2, and then we just go back to Anfield anyway. So we can do our third preview in a month regarding the same game, you know. Liverpool, Arsenal, here we go again. Let's make a combined 11. This time 2 Arsenal players get in there instead of 3. So yeah, I think it ends in a draw, to be honest with you, because this game just smells of a draw. I think Liverpool will give... I edge Liverpool maybe to have a chance at winning more, because I think Liverpool played smart. Klopp will play it smart. He'll give Arsenal the ball. Klopp ain't trying to do this whole possession thing. Klopp will go like, okay, you guys can have the ball. I'll put Nunez and Jota at halfway line. Run, Habibi. And then Trent just picking in the balls. And Nunez just... He's fast. The one thing I'll not say about him is he is fast. So, yeah, I think it's just probably going to be a counter-attacking type thing. I say maybe Liverpool win 2-1 or it ends in a 2-2 draw type thing. That's my honest opinion.
I'm nervous. I think the atmosphere plays a big part in this game. Like I remember when Klopp was calling for the Anfield to be raucous. We need Emirates to be raucous, blood. You understand? Emirates atmosphere this year hasn't been the best. You get me? I've been to a lot of games at home, and it's not been the best, blood. Compared to last year, it was electric. We need an electric atmosphere. I think that's going to play a big part, blood. You understand? 2-1 Arsenal.
You didn't sound convincing there, but fair.
2-1 Arsenal, blood. Husam, big up your damn
Yes.
self, broski. I'll see you on the pod. Hopefully, it is a win for Arsenal. Otherwise, I'm getting cooked for the 3rd week in a row, blood. Hat-trick settings, bro. Just pure cookings, blood. You get me? But make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to This Is Football. Link in the description. You don't know the vibe. It's your boy Troops. And I'm out, blood.